the wonderful Airbus A380 line. Well, he's been lined up, that's where he started, shortly to get airborne to do his display. And we've got the good airspace. I think they might be just waiting for that helicopter to just land in the heliport, the pleasure flying heliport. I can't remember from briefing because I was obviously paying huge attention which aircraft didn't want the helicopters flying. As I say, we suppress them for some aircraft. Out of the corner of your eye as a pilot, if you see an aircraft where you didn't expect one, it can be distracting. So some have invited helicopters not to be flying while they're displaying. And I don't know whether we're going to use what we call top hat, the airspace above us here, to get into the London Heathrow zone. I'll tell you more about that later. I don't think the 380 uses the top hat airspace. We've got 3,160 feet above us. I do appreciate Airbus painting the number on the tail. It does help me identify sometimes.
It is for those people who don't recognise that this is actually different from every other aeroplane that's out there.
Exactly, yes. And indeed, starting the takeoff run now, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this takeoff. The departure will be fantastic. This beautiful, beautiful, large airliner from the Airbus group, the Airbus A380. And it gets even better in a moment. How about that? As I said, running down the back, wouldn't appreciate that. Now, of course, this is all completely safe because of the Airbus group way of having the aircraft, or using the fly-by-wire systems, looking after the complete safety all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it's using all the basic electronic systems to make sure it is maintaining the safe thing. But you can't also take it away that when it's something like that, that is a lot of down to the skill of the pilot in doing it as well. But within the systems of them, the gear went up well, which is good for us, and I'm sure he's enjoying throwing it around.
Now this is the first L380, isn't it?
This is MSN1. This is the first one that was built and rolled out all those years ago, because it's hard to imagine they've actually been in service now 6 years.
Indeed, 18th of January, was it, 2005?
Your memory is better than mine, but I'll give it for you.
Yeah, just under 4 hours. Your normal test flights are quite a long programme, it's about 4 hours. I think it's 3 hours and 54 minutes to be precise.
Yeah.
At least that's what it says.
If it wasn't for you reading your crib sheet, I'd be very impressed how good your memory was.
See, it gives it away when you can see it. I'm reading it straight off the sheet. But look at that, inside the boundary of Farnborough, this huge airliner. I mean, it's quiet, it's wonderful, it's a huge machine, and yet it's whispering past.
I think it's the bit that you always get as the reaction from passengers inside is just how quiet it really is. It is one of the things that's remarkable about it. As I say, there's now about 140 of them out there, something like that, and our Emirates have now just taken delivery of their 50th. They've actually now got 50 of these in service. British Airways had their first one delivered last year. I had the pleasure of going to Heathrow to watch them take delivery of their first one. And
indeed, I was there when she arrived.
Yeah, as I was, yeah. It was, but it's they're making great use of it, flying all over the place.
Yes, we are, yeah.
Here we are, nice. Really pulling it around the area.
Now, the configurations are really to each customer, isn't it? Because you can do whatever you like. I mean, when you go on to your next frame, if you go on to the Dash 10, you're looking at possibly getting 990 people in high density in there. Now, whether an airline would want that, that's down to them, whether they want a bigger first class, club. It's all completely variable, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this one is certified at about 850. You can put it if you want economy all the way through, but nobody's yet done that. It's you've got all sorts of things from bars and shops. I mean, say Emirates have got showers on board if that's the, if you can afford to fly first class, which sadly my company won't allow me to go first class, but that's they have got showers. But there's bars on board where you've got the bars on board to relax and enjoy yourself.
Coming past, it's high angle attack, high alpha, slow speed path. It's almost unbelievable to see this huge airliner drifting through majestically. the bar will come on, final way downwind right hand line at the top, front forward, selecting the gear down to position him for his landing shortly. Now he does know the A400M is out on the runway, because it's been there in this sequence of flying display all this week. That's a huge machine, 79.8 metres is the wingspan. Height and length of the aircraft, 24.1, 72.8 respectively.
Yep, they're designed, the maximum size that you've internationally agreed for parking an aircraft gate is 80 metres, and we are just inside it. 80 metres wide is the maximum width you can have, and we're just inside it.
So you've got to taxi on pretty accurately with one of them. It's certainly very taxing. Oh. Flight deck crew 2 located in the mezzanine level. Do you have a lift? If you've got these sort of levels, mezzanine?
I think you're probably still young enough to use the stairs.
Bless you.
No, there's a lift for moving the catering from one place to another, but no, stair at the front and stair at the back. Nice staircase that you can romantically walk up and down if you wish.
Now, the turning final, the A400M will shortly roll. When the A380 gets to around about 600 feet, he will give the cue for the 400 to go. And again, another impressive display to take place. So the 400 to get airborne, the 380 to land. Indeed, the 400 starting his takeoff run. Timing perfect. John, thanks very much indeed. You popping back tomorrow, or are you elsewhere?
No, I've volunteered one of my colleagues to come and irritate you tomorrow.
How kind of you. Now, this is the A400M from Airbus Defence Space. Get away from ground far, small arms far, that sort of thing. The end plane of the runway, the far left. Turn around, taxi back, and then be towed back in to his parking spot. As you can see, the roll going triple on the engine. Rolls-Royce actually, the 2900 engine on the field, it draws in enough air to inflate 72,000 party balloons in 1 second. Wow, that's a lot of air you're going to have to move. Now, this particular aircraft flying in front of us, the third public display at Farnborough. New generation airless 4 aircraft have been ordered by 8 nations: Belgium, France, Germany, Luxembourg, by Malaysia, Spain, Turkey and the United Kingdom, meaning that its production for many years to come has been secured. Are produced by 4 Europrop International TP400 engines, most powerful turboprops in production, helped to give this remarkable aircraft this versatility that it's showing. This aircraft is for intercontinental missions at speeds and altitudes comparable with jet aircraft up to 0.72 Mach, which is 72% of the speed of sound. It can pop up to 40,000 feet. It can then land on short and unprepared airstrip close to the point of need. That makes it an ideal performer both on military and humanitarian missions. It can land on a gravel strip, a rough gravel strip, as short as 750 metres and deliver a load of 25 tons. This is the third of 5 development aircraft used in the flight test programme. No, Michael, you're not going to get a ride in this one.
Oh, why not? Now, also, just looking at it, I'm going to show you, here's my lack of knowledge now. So this device, is that the refuelling?
That great big scaffolding pole ahead of the thing. Yep, it's, as you see, if you look at the big screen, you'll probably get a better close to it. That's the in-flight refuelling probe. You've got to get it out the front so the pilot can see where to put it. But this aircraft could also be used as an in-flight refuelling tanker itself. So with its great speed range, it can refuel fighters, it can do larger transport aircraft, and indeed it can do in-flight refueling of helicopters as well. So it's very, very versatile. The test aircraft they used to call sign Grizzly. That was the call sign given to it when it was unveiled at a ceremony here at Farnborough 4 years ago. It wasn't intentionally meant to be its official name, but they kept it for the test programmes. Certainly the ones that we will get arrive for the Royal Air Force will be called the A400M Atlas. What you can stuff down the back is quite incredible. Carry armoured vehicles such as the M113 or Warrior, you can stick helicopters in, Super Puma, Cutler Apaches, Tiger gunships, up to 160 fully kitted troops can be transported on the sidewall and removable centre seats, pulling up into a high thing. Now push and push and push. Down comes the nose as a tactical approach. How about that? So that's it's an exciting position to be standing between the two seats on that approach. In the medical role, the type can carry 66 stretchers and 25 medical staffs.